Is the 2023 Formula One Grand Prix getting boring? Is the Red Bull dominance led by Max Verstappen reminiscent of the days of Ferrari and Mercedes supremacy during the Schumacher and Hamilton era? Have the other teams given up hope for positions this year? Hold on to your seats as the battle is far from over. Let's dive deep into how drivers and teams are approaching the tooth and nail battle for second place. Before we begin, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date with the insider view into the thrilling world of Formula One. While Max Verstappen is rewriting the record books, the real action is happening just behind. The fight for second place is a bare-knuckle fight where alliances are tested, rivalries are born, and every point counts. Sergio Perez is gunning for glory, but Fernando Alonso is back with a vengeance. And amid it all, a two-time world champion is ready to take extra risk to snatch victory from the jaws of the young veterans. Buckle up, Formula One fans, because the race for second place is about to explode. This season has been defined by the sheer dominance of Red Bull Racing and their star driver Max Verstappen. Max has won an astonishing 9 consecutive Grand Prix races to date, setting the tone for what appears to be a one-horse race for the championship. Let's have a look at where everyone is right before the Monza weekend and what it will look like for the remaining 9 races. Max Verstappen's incredible form has put Red Bull Racing at the top of the team standings, commanding 540 points. The championship, it seems, is pretty much wrapped up for them. But what makes this season truly captivating is the fierce competition unfolding for the coveted second place, which has become the central storyline of the 2023 season. Mercedes currently sits in second place in the team standings with 255 points, followed closely by Aston Martin with 215 points. Ferrari is also in contention with 201 points, while McLaren has been steadily making progress, securing 111 points. Even Alpine, despite the turbulence surrounding its management, has managed to secure 73 points. In the individual driver standings, Max Verstappen is the undisputed leader with 339 points. However, here's where it gets interesting. Max's teammate, Sergio Perez, is right on his heels with 201 points. In third place, we have the seasoned veteran Fernando Alonso driving for Aston Martin with 168 points. He's closely followed by the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, who has amassed 156 points. Looking at the numbers, the standings can change easily in a couple of races. With each driver possibly gaining 25 points for winning a race, anything can happen over 9 races. Let's dissect the statistics that have made this fight for second place so enthralling. Aston Martin has been the picture of consistency, gracing the podium 7 times this season. Mercedes has secured 4 podiums, Ferrari 3, Alpine twice, and McLaren has had their moments thanks to the exceptional performance of Lando Norris. The unpredictability is what makes this battle for second place so exhilarating. Different teams and drivers have been battling it out for that coveted second spot, and each race presents a new twist and turn. Sergio Perez, in particular, has had his sights set on second place in the Drivers' Championship, even though he shares a team with Max Verstappen. The rumours around his future with Red Bull have been uncomfortable for him, and all the changes happening between Red Bull and AlphaTauri aren't exactly helpful, especially with Daniel Ricciardo's wrist injury during the Dutch Grand Prix that put him out of the running for at least 3 races. Check out this video for an insider look into Red Bull politics. But it's not just Perez. The resurgence of Fernando Alonso has been a delightful surprise. In the last race at the Dutch Grand Prix, Fernando Alonso finished second, tantalisingly close to victory and giving Max a relatively decent run for his money in the closing laps of the race. A late race restart gave him the chance to challenge Max Verstappen, but he had to settle for second place. Alonso, who hasn't won a Grand Prix since 2013, has made a bold statement. He's willing to take extra risks in his pursuit of victory this year, showcasing the relentless spirit of a true competitor. The fierce battle for second place has Mercedes, Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren and Alpine all in the mix. Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and George Russell agree that securing second place in the championship would be a major achievement for the team, given their recent setbacks. A record 8-year run of consecutive constructors' titles for Mercedes ended last year when they were beaten into third place in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes won just a single Grand Prix in the penultimate round and finished behind Red Bull and Ferrari. Speaking to media, including race fans ahead of last week's Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort, Hamilton said Mercedes had made strong progress since beginning the season with a car outwardly similar to last year's unsuccessful design. I think it's a huge achievement and I think it's something that I feel has been a little bit overlooked, if I'm really honest, Hamilton said. Ultimately, because we want to win, I wouldn't say it's been the most positive narrative. But I'm really proud of the team, the progress and the steps we have taken with the car. From feeling like an almost identical car to last year to making all the changes we have. There are some small adjustments we are making moving forward over these next couple of races. We have some small bits added to the car this weekend. Absolutely every point of downforce, every little bit that we add makes a difference. So I'm super grateful to everyone back at the factory for continuing to push even through the hard times and just staying focused with the belief that we will get there at some point. Just churning away with the good work. Even McLaren joined the fight in the rounds leading up to the summer break. Hamilton said it would be pretty amazing for his team to finish the season as best of the rest and has his eye on the runner-up spot in the Drivers' Championship, currently occupied by Sergio Perez. For us to be second in the Constructors' Championship, considering how others have started this year, like how McLaren is doing, their big turnaround, Aston Martin, who came out of the blocks really great, I think it's pretty amazing, he said. That's down to all these amazing people back at the factory and the crew that we have here, and also the drivers doing our job. My goal is to try and make sure that the team keeps that second place in the championship and try to hunt down second in the Drivers' Championship. That's my goal, so that'll be fun. Russell echoed his more experienced teammates' view that Mercedes had more to celebrate than lament with their current championship position. I feel like as a team we've gone strength to strength this season, he said. Obviously there's a lot of expectations upon us going into this season and perhaps that's why people are calling our season a bit of a failure. Of course, it's far from where we want it to be because we want to be fighting for championships. But to call P2 in the championship, 50 points ahead of P3 at the moment, a failure is far from reality. We know we've got a lot to improve, we've made really good progress, and I think going into this second half of the season, we can be there to hopefully pick up any pieces that fall our way. Despite Red Bull looking unbeatable in 2023, Russell insists that an opportunity to fight for victory could present itself at any time. We just never know, he said. I think last year we had the mentality that Singapore would probably be our only opportunity in the second half to win a race, and when we didn't win in Singapore, it was a bitter disappointment. And there was no expectation going into Brazil, and we came away with the victory there. So we treat every race as an opportunity. Although his team is aiming to beat their rivals to second in the championship, Russell is cautious about suggestions that they have the second quickest car on the grid behind the RB19. It's really close between us, Aston Martin, Ferrari and McLaren at the moment, Russell said. I think we're probably the ones that are consistently there fighting between the second and third fastest team. But the team has done a really great job of maximising the points and, as I said, delivering week in, week out. So I'm not going to sit here and say we are the second fastest team. I'm not too sure, but I think we're in a really strong position to secure that P2. So Mercedes and Aston Martin in particular are locked in a heated battle for second place in the team standings. The competition is intense and every point is crucial in their pursuit of the runner-up spot. Let's not forget that Ferrari's pace this weekend in Monza might give us a surprise to shuffle up the cards even more. And despite the team issues currently being faced by Alpine, the drivers have been determined to stay the path and maximise every possible point. So, Formula One fans, brace yourselves for a crazy ride for the remainder of the season as we witness the fight for second place intensify in 2023. While the championship might seem like a foregone conclusion, the excitement is far from over. And that's a wrap for this in-depth exploration of the fight for second place in the 2023 Formula One season. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the exhilarating fight for second place. Don't forget to subscribe for more Formula One updates and hit that bell icon for an alert on the latest insider news from Ultimate Motorsport. Until next time, keep your engines revving.